Okay, let's see if I can back up so you can actually see me. Okay, so you can kind of see the apartment is a bit of a mess. See if you can see. There's my furniture and other things in the background. That's part of the donation pile back there in the way back. Let's see, can you get that? Oh, that's more furniture. Oh, there's more donation stuff. Yeah, it's looking pretty bare bones up in here tonight. Slash this morning. So it is 2:20 a.m. on, well, Saturday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, and I am gonna finally call it a night. I'm gonna head to bed here in a minute. Tonight is my last night in the apartment. I just got home a little bit ago from a show. I went and saw my buddy Tom's band. They played to a sold-out crowd here in Seattle for their album debut. It was such a great show. I was there with a bunch of friends. We had such an awesome time. We danced, we had beers, we hung out, we caught up on the week. I was with my girls, and it was great. I had a blast, chatted with Tom and the dudes, and they played a phenomenal show. They just got back from being out on tour, and it was clutch. They were on point. It was the best I've ever seen them live, and to be able to go out and have a good time tonight after a really long last 24 hours of packing and then going and getting the moving truck and just kind of all the shenanigans of going to get the truck, getting to the storage place where the truck was supposed to be, for them to tell me that it wasn't there, and then have to walk on foot, because of course I had taken the bus, walk on foot to the next place, which is kind of a mess. But I was ahead of schedule, miraculously, so that was fine. And I got back, parallel parked like a champ in the middle of 5th Avenue on the irregular side of the street during rush hour traffic with a 2-point turn. I was feeling pretty proud of myself for that, with a big box truck. And the old man driving by who waited for me to parallel park gave me a thumbs up when he drove by, which I thought was funny. And so thank you, Dad, for teaching me how to parallel park when I was 16 years old. I very much appreciate your patience and the effort. Anyway, got everything packed except for the bathroom stuff, which I'm dealing with on Sunday with Liz. And got this place ready to go, more or less. So I'm gonna wake up. I gotta wake up at 7:30 and go get coffee, and I need to go down and feed the meter where the moving truck is. And then everyone shows up, and by everyone I think I mean Troy and Liz. So 2 people are showing up at 10:30 to load everything up into the truck with me. I think it's gonna take 2 trips. I think it's gonna take 1 trip to get everything in storage, and then it'll take another trip to do the donations and the stuff that I'm keeping in my sublet. So, you know, I talked to a lot of people tonight, and I hadn't seen them in a while, and they were asking what I was up to, and so I was kind of giving them the gist of all the places I've been cooking and what I've been up to, and, you know, where I'm headed, and some of them didn't know I was going to Spain, so that was kind of fun to talk about. And, you know, everybody has a fun anecdote or story they want to share about their time abroad, or, you know, they have crazy questions about what I'm doing and why I'm going and how long I'm going to be there. And but it was really neat to spend some time connecting with a couple of my close friends and just being in the moment, having a Friday night off, which I haven't had in a while. So that was awesome. And tomorrow night, I actually, after I move, I'm going to meet up with my 2 best girls, Leanne and Liz, and we're going to have a cocktail out on Capitol Hill, which is my new neighborhood again, old new neighborhood. I've lived there before. I'm going to live there again in my sublet. And talk to Tom about doing a whole hog and burying that, and how we can do that before I leave, which will be awesome. And just in general, it was honestly a really like solid, fulfilling night. And to come home and like come in here one more time and have the door open and it smells like spring outside on the balcony, you know, just to be in Seattle one more night in this place has been awesome. I couldn't have thought of a better way to end living in this apartment, and it'll be different when I move out. So living in that sublet's going to be a whole new game, a whole new ball game, and it's going to be a lot of work and not so much me enjoying the place that I live in. Although I know I will enjoy the house, it's beautiful, and the kitchen is amazing, and when I do things there, it will be great, but it won't be the same. And it's funny, talking tonight to Tom, he was like, oh man, I'm sad you're moving out of that place. I said, yeah, dude, me too. It's going to be a whole new chapter, you know, and closing the door on a really, really great one. So anyway, that was bittersweet. So anyway, that's all for tonight. I'm exhausted, and I'm going to have to be up here in 5 hours, so I will sign off for tonight. But I will say the one thing that happened to me multiple times today while I was packing a box. I would put something, nothing in particular, in the box, and watching that thing go away for an indeterminate amount of time gave me that sense of, oh, holy shit, what am I doing? And I had that thought no less than probably 10 times while I was actually in the midst of packing. And half of the time, the thought that took over after the holy shit thought was, this is great, you're going to love it, it's going to be fantastic, everything's going to be amazing. And then the other half of the time, the thought was, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I think I'm making, not a mistake, but I think this is too much. I don't know if I can do this, and I have to, you know, remind myself, like, you're gonna be fine. Like, you've already done all the work. You've already done all this legwork. So the experience is waiting, and you know, you'll make it up on the fly as you go. The things that don't get lined up beforehand, and you know, whatever gets lined up beforehand will be fantastic too. And Liz said such a great thing at drinks tonight before the show. She said, you know, Siiri, I kept telling myself the whole time I was in Europe, if all else fails, and you decide you need to change something or you want to come home, like, you have a credit card. You can go to the airport and buy a plane ticket and go home if that's what you want to do. But you won't want to do that. And I know that she's right. So this is my, seemingly, it feels like my last night in Seattle, and I know that's not true, and I'm sure I'll say that again a couple more times after I get into the sublet and have my last night here in Seattle, truly, in a couple months. But yeah, it feels like a long time in the making, and yet all of a sudden it's just here upon me. And I can't believe I'm moving out of this place. So yeah, sucks. It's amazing and it sucks at the same time. Yeah, these are not real problems that real people deal with. This is a problem I created for myself. This is the best possible problem that I could have, is leaving an apartment that I love to go do something that I love in a country that I have this ridiculous love for. This is the best possible problem a young person could ask for. I'm very, very fortunate, and I've worked really hard to put myself in this position. So it's okay to be I'm not upset, but it's okay to be sad. I think it's just, I need to keep my eye facing forward and be present, but be excited about what I've got coming to me. So that's all. All right. Moving day is already here. It's already 2:28. It's already moving day. I can't even say tomorrow. It's today. All right. I'm gonna try and get a little bit of sleep. See you tomorrow.